In the annals of European prehistory, few discoveries have shone as brightly as the treasures unearthed from the Varna Necropolis. Nestled near the modern-day city of Varna in Bulgaria, this ancient burial ground holds a secret that redefined our understanding of early civilizations. The story begins not with a team of archaeologists, but with a simple excavator operator in the autumn of 1972. Reko Marinov was merely doing his job, digging a trench for a new factory, when his machine struck something unusual. He initially found a few golden trinkets and some ancient flint tools, dismissing them as modern copies. However, his curiosity led him to alert local archaeologists, an act that would change history forever. What followed was the systematic excavation of a vast Copper Age cemetery, a necropolis of profound importance. Archaeologists, led by Ivan Ivanov, began to uncover grave after grave, each a small window into a forgotten world. They found nearly 300 graves, dating back to between 4,600 and 4,200 BCE. This was the era of the Varna culture, a society far more advanced than anyone had previously imagined. True marvel of the necropolis was not just its age, but the breathtaking artifacts it contained. Over 6 kilograms of pure gold were recovered from the graves, meticulously worked into thousands of individual items. This treasure is, to this day, considered the oldest processed gold in the world. The discovery shattered the long-held belief that Mesopotamia and Egypt were the sole cradles of complex society. Here, on the shores of the Black Sea, a sophisticated culture had flourished millennia ago. The graves themselves told a complex story of social structure and belief. Many were simple burials, with few or no grave goods, suggesting common folk. However, other graves were astonishingly rich, pointing to a clear social hierarchy. The most famous of these is the burial known as Grave 43. Inside lay the skeleton of a mature man, likely a chieftain, priest, or king. He was buried with an incredible amount of wealth, a testament to his status. A heavy golden scepter, a symbol of his power, was placed near his hand. His body was adorned with hundreds of gold beads, rings, and bracelets. Even a golden sheath for his penis was found, a unique and striking artifact. The sheer quantity of gold in this single grave was more than all other gold found from that period combined. This pointed to a society with centralized power and significant wealth disparity. The craftsmanship of the gold items was remarkable for its time. Artisans used techniques of hammering, cutting, and polishing to create these masterpieces. They created intricate beads, some no larger than a pinhead. Flat, stylized human and animal figures were also crafted from sheets of gold. These were not just ornaments. They were symbols of power, status, and belief. The necropolis also revealed another fascinating aspect of the Varna culture: their symbolic burials. Some of the richest graves contain no human skeletons at all. These cenotaphs, or empty tombs, were filled with grave goods, sometimes in extraordinary quantities. One such grave contained a life-sized human face sculpted from clay. Golden diadems and necklaces were placed upon this clay head, as if it were a real person. This suggests a complex religion and a profound belief in the afterlife. Perhaps these graves were for individuals whose bodies were lost at sea or in the wilderness. The symbolic burials ensured their status and passage into the next world. The Varna culture was not isolated. It was part of a wider network of trade. Artifacts found in the graves included copper from central Bulgaria. They also included Mediterranean seashells, like those of the spondylus, oyster. These shells, traveling hundreds of kilometers, may have served as an early form of currency. This trade network implies a society with the means and organization for long-distance travel and exchange. The source of the Varna gold itself remains a topic of debate. It was likely panned from local rivers or mined from nearby deposits in the Balkan Mountains. The ability to accumulate such a surplus of gold speaks to the society's prosperity. They were not merely surviving, they were thriving, creating art, and building a complex social order. The people of the Varna culture were skilled metallurgists, mastering both gold and copper. Their copper axes were not just tools, but also status symbols, traded across the region. The society that created this splendor, however, eventually vanished. Around the end of the 5th millennium BC, the Varna culture disappeared from the archaeological record. The reasons for their decline are not entirely clear, adding to the mystery. Some theories suggest environmental changes, such as climate cooling, disrupted their agricultural base. Other scholars propose that invasions from steppe peoples to the north played a role. The exhaustion of local resources, including the gold and copper mines, is another possibility. Perhaps it was a combination of internal strife and external pressures that led to their collapse. Whatever the cause, their legacy was buried in the earth for over 6,000 years. Varna Necropolis provides a unique snapshot of a pivotal moment in human history. It demonstrates that the development of social complexity was not a linear path confined to one region. It reveals a prehistoric European society with kings, a priestly class, and a common populace. The discovery forced a complete re-evaluation of the European Copper Age. Before Varna, such social stratification was thought to have appeared much later in Europe. The people of Varna were pioneers in metallurgy, social organization, and symbolic thought. Their golden treasures are not just beautiful objects, they are historical documents. They tell a story of a society that valued beauty, power, and the eternal. The necropolis itself is not fully excavated, with estimates suggesting 70% remains untouched. Who knows what other secrets and treasures lie waiting beneath the Bulgarian soil? Each new discovery could further illuminate this fascinating and enigmatic culture. The artifacts from Varna are now proudly displayed in the Varna Archaeological Museum. They serve as a powerful reminder of the deep and complex history of southeastern Europe. Yes, the Golden Man of Varna, from Grave 43, remains an icon of this lost world. His existence proves that the quest for power and immortality is an ancient human story. The Varna gold is a testament to the ingenuity and ambition of our ancestors. It represents the very dawn of metallurgy and social hierarchy in Europe. The society's structure was likely a form of chiefdom, with power concentrated in one leader. This leader would have controlled trade, religion, and the distribution of resources. The artisans who worked the gold must have held a special, respected status. Their skills would have been seen as almost magical, transforming rock into treasure. The use of bull-shaped amulets suggests a possible religious cult centered on this powerful animal. The bull often symbolized strength, fertility, and power in ancient cultures. The sheer amount of labor required to build the necropolis and create the artifacts is staggering. It implies a well-organized society capable of mobilizing large workforces. The mystery of their disappearance makes their story all the more compelling. Did they migrate away? Were they assimilated? Or did they simply die out? The archaeological record provides clues, but no definitive answers. Varna Necropolis is a silent witness to a lost civilization's glory. It challenges us to rethink the origins of civilization in Europe. The golden treasures whisper tales of power, faith, and artistry from the dawn of time. The discovery was a watershed moment for Bulgarian and world archaeology. It placed the Varna culture on the world map of ancient civilizations. The level of detail on the copper tools is as impressive as the gold. This indicates a mastery of multiple types of metalworking. The symbolic graves may also represent a transition in religious beliefs. Perhaps the physical body was becoming less important than the spirit or social persona. Society's wealth was likely built on controlling key trade routes. Their location near the Black Sea and the Danube Delta was strategically vital. The end of this vibrant culture serves as a cautionary tale. Even the most advanced societies can be vulnerable to change and collapse. Yet their incredible golden legacy endures, shining a light on a forgotten age. The Varna Necropolis remains one of the most important prehistoric sites ever discovered.